What is up, guys? Limo here, and we're here at the Swiss hotel right now. I'm here with my friend Theo. Actually, he's gonna come soon. I met him in Dubai a few months ago. And yeah, today we're gonna shoot a bit of content. We're gonna be going around the city, checking some views, and yeah, just making some content, showing him the city, having fun. Actually, right now, there's a really cool view. I'm gonna show you the view right now. Anyways, welcome, Theo, with my left hand.
Yeah, left
Usually
hand.
I'm right-handed. But yeah, welcome to Estonia. Glad to have you here, man. I don't know if you guys saw on my channel, we actually did a video a few months ago in Dubai, me and Theo, because we met in Dubai in William Brown's mastermind. And since then, we kept in touch. We exchanged a lot of messages, and we kept helping each other, you know, over the months. And now he came to Estonia, finally. Because I told him, like, yeah, you should come to Estonia. So he came all over from the UK, and now he's here. What's your first impression on Estonia, on Tallinn?
It's nice, man. You know, anything to get out of the UK, really. England's in a bad place, so I try and sort of see as many places as I can. But Eastern Europe is just nice, clean, a lot of history in the cities. I think like the standards of people in Estonia is just better. Like not loads of homeless people and all that type of things. So yeah, it's a nice city, man. I like it. Some good bars, good vibe. So,
yeah, yesterday we went out. We met some cool people. We played some poker and with some French friends, and then we went to some bars. But on Thursday nights, there's not a lot of bars open here. But we still managed to have a great night, man. We met the
rest of it. Met a few girls. Did his best.
Yeah, we met a few girls. We actually pulled them to my place. We had a great time, but nothing crazy happened. But still, it was a fun night.
Best of not a bad situation, but you know.
Yeah,
we made the most of it. Yeah,
was cool.
In Estonia, do a lot of people go out all the time? Is it that type of culture where people are out all the time?
Not really.
You know,
most people in Estonia, they go out on Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
The rest of the week, not much. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks.
Here you go.
Thank you. Yeah, we got some nice cappuccino with the view. This is actually one of the best hotels in Tallinn. I always come here, you know, with some friends, smoke a cigar, or just discuss ideas, you know, like if I want to have a business meeting with someone, I like to bring him here. It's the view, we talk about things.
Yeah. This is a good spot.
Yeah, even my dates, I used to bring a lot of my dates here, man. Because I used to live, before I moved to the apartment that you saw, I used to live just next to it, just the building here that you see here.
Oh, this one, this grey one?
No, just here.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, that building.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had a really nice view before, but now I don't have the view, but the apartment is
It's
nice.
still high up though, right? Still quite high.
Mine now?
Yeah.
Kinda, but not with a view.
Yeah.
Before. But this area is like the best area in Tallinn.
Okay.
This area is like the Champs-Élysées of like
Or like
Tallinn.
downtown Dubai type.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's downtown Dubai type. Exactly.
Did you ever go to downtown when you were in Dubai?
Yeah.
I never even went.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't see the Burj from up close and stuff? Yeah, you should go next time. The Burj and the Dubai Mall and stuff. Yeah, there's not. I feel like the Palm area is more interesting too. There's more stuff. The marina.
The thing is, like, if you go to a city that's cold, you can walk around, have a look at things. Dubai, you're not really.
Yeah.
You're not walking around all day, right? You go somewhere and sit down. It's like, or go indoors. You can't really walk around the full city all day. It's hot, super hot.
Yeah, I remember when I was in Dubai, I went to the Dubai Mall by walk from my apartment, and I made the mistake of wearing jeans.
Yeah.
And man, I was sweating in my jeans, man. It was so hot. Like I should have put just a short. But yeah, it's too hot, man. But it's good. It feels good to have the sun in the morning compared to here where you wake
just
up.
hot
It's
all the time, right?
It's motivating, man. Also because it's important to have some sunlight for even the testosterone, the vitamin D. It makes you more motivated to do shit, I think.
Yeah, 100%. This is another thing as well. Like with these. This is not really spoken with, like, you know, making money online. It sounds good when you got the freedom to go, whatever, but there's a lot of periods of times where you're sat indoors, working, screens, no sunlight. That shit makes you unhealthy.
True.
100% unhealthy.
You gotta go to the gym, and if I didn't have the gym here, I would be I don't know, I would feel a bit depressed or something. I would feel like the gym saves your life, man, here, in those cold countries. If you don't have the gym, man, you're gonna feel down.
100%.
Yeah, gym plus sauna, you feel great afterwards. We'll go to the gym tomorrow. I'll show you my
Bro,
gym.
some guys don't even train still. Like a grown man doing no exercise.
That's
A lot more people than you
that's
think.
sad.
He's retarded.
Yeah.
It's literally like retarded, bro. I don't know how guys function like that.
Yeah,
Like, you're doing yourself such a disservice
exactly.
by not exercising.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the top number one thing that any man should do, in my opinion. Before even starting a business. It's like, you have to work out first.
How is it? It's not even an option to not exercise. It's your basic human nature,
Yeah.
and it's not hard. It's actually the opposite. It's actually enjoyable to do.
Yeah, and there's literally no downsides at all. Zero.
Zero downsides.
Zero downsides, only upsides. There's never been someone who left the gym and felt unhappy or felt sad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But these guys are in like a constant state of depression, and they don't know why. They can't get out of it. But then you look at the habits, and it's just like, what the fuck do you expect?
Yeah. Do you have like one of those Whoop bands or Oura rings?
I don't, but a lot of people told me to get a Whoop band.
Yeah, I see a lot of people having those.
But me personally, I'm not so good at tracking sleep and
Yeah, me too, man.
diet plan, and I'm not really.
Yeah.
You know, my sort of thing is, I know a lot about. I've learnt food. I know about food. I know what I should be eating. If if we're out tonight and we get something unhealthy, I don't care because 80% of the time I'm good. Train hard all the time, so
Yeah.
I'm not. Once you get to yourself to a certain level, you can maintain that with a lot of lifestyle adjustments.
Yeah.
Like, people think, like these fat fuckers think that you've got to be eating salad and, strict. It's not that. You don't have to do that. You can eat unhealthy every single week still. It's just 80% of the time you got to be good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I might get a Whoop band because that's another thing, bro. Sleep. I'm not really one of these guys who's like, oh, hustle, don't sleep. That's retarded as well. If you're sleeping 6 hours a night, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
For me, I don't do good quality work like that.
Myself personally, I've always struggled with sleeping early. I always sleep late, around 2, 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is late.
My life is built that way in a way because the dates, the going out, the DJing stuff. But now I'm trying to get into a routine where I wake up at least 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
But it's like the thing is, if you're getting enough sleep and it's just more about what you're doing when you're awake. If you're making the most of the time.
Yeah.
It's like if you can be a guy who gets up at 6 a.m. and works, but then at 4 p.m. you finish work and you go play Xbox for 4 hours. You're not doing better than anybody else. You're wasting your time still. So it's just about what you do with your time at work.
Correct. Yeah. But I feel it when I wake up at noon. I feel like the day has already.
Yeah,
the day goes by.
It's
quick.
nice starting earlier and just getting things ticked off. Getting things ticked off. But most of this like life progress stuff, it's just getting the basics right, sleeping enough, exercising properly, drinking enough water. Like these things just help your life massively. People just keep fucking up and they don't know where, but they don't even look at their own behaviour.
What do you think of Estonian girls so far?
Yeah, they're nice, bro. They're nice, all blonde, a bit dressed classy, like you. A lot. I'm not saying all UK girls, but
yeah, yesterday's girls were classy.
Yeah, like you go to UK and a lot of these girls, it's not like long-term relationship, material.
Yeah.
It's like I told you yesterday, that girl I met, nice girl, nice seeming, very pretty, very attractive, good quality girl when I'm speaking to her, innocent seeming, but then you find out she's a fucking stripper.
Innocent
I'm like,
seeming.
Found out she's a dancer, and you're just like, what the fuck? But
Man, you remind me of Central C with your accent.
really?
Yeah, you have a British
You
accent.
see, for an English person,
Innocent semen.
for an English person, my accent is nothing like Central C's. Massively different.
Yeah, you remind me of Central C a little bit.
Yeah, he's like London roadman. I'm like northern, northern accent.
I actually saw Central C live. He came here for a concert in the
really?
summer back in 2022, I think. Summer 2022. He came for a concert here. I saw him.
Okay.
He wasn't as popular. A bit popular. He just made the song Sprinter.
Oh yeah.
That summer, and he came to Estonia, and it was nice. It was fun.
Do you listen to rap music? That's
I listen a bit of rap music, but I'm careful about it because I know it's a bit. There's a lot of toxic thoughts and negative things.
100%.
So I try to listen more to deep house music.
Yeah, bro, you go to like, even in the UK, what you see is you go to like some quiet little village where it's like predominantly white, middle class kids, good household, good parents, plenty of Christmas gifts, always food on the table, but they're dressing like these fucking roadmen that they see on YouTube. It's completely twisted. Like these kids, it makes them delusional, but they're always listening to this negative music.
Yeah.
I used to do it a lot. I used to listen to UK rap all the time, but it's all negative.
Yeah, I think in Dubai the radio bans those things, or they even cut parts of the music.
Yeah,
that's
but
bad.
It should, bro, because it's like it's glorifying bad habits.
Yeah.
Glorifying negative behaviour. So if you're listening to that all the time, I mean, there's a time and place for it. You can listen to it, but if that's what you're just walking down the street and listening to negative stuff, you're programming your mind to be negative. You're thinking about negative things.
Yeah. What do you listen to? Do you listen to house music, deep house, stuff like that?
So, I mean, to be honest, recently I've made the transition to I try and just listen to audiobooks.
Okay, that's good. Do you have Audible?
Yeah, Audible,
Yeah, me too.
Spotify audiobooks. I transition between both.
Now in Audible, what's good is you have actually books that are included in the subscription. A lot of free books. You don't need to buy a book with a credit each time. You actually have a ton of free books. Like for example, do you know Dan Kennedy? He's a famous copywriter, Dan Kennedy.
Okay.
He made like a lot of different books, like the No BS Guide to direct marketing or something like that.
Okay,
Direct response.
I've seen that.
The No BS Guide to attracting affluent customers, stuff like that. And he's a really famous copywriter, and a lot of his books are free on Audible.
Okay.
There's a lot of things like that.
Yeah, but bro, it's like people don't realise what sort of opportunity it is to be able to learn all the time. Like now it's just a game of 20 years ago, if you wanted to learn this information, you have to find it. It's hard to find.
Yeah.
You'd have to go to libraries and find people in the industry.
Yeah. Or travel to a seminar.
It's so much harder. Now you can access all the information in the world 24/7. But people they just listen to music, they just listen to rap music. They have the internet, they just go on Facebook, Instagram. They have social media and they're just watching reels.
Yeah.
They have YouTube, they're just watching Mr. Beast. They have this opportunity to learn something all the time, and they just every single day they choose not to. And that is such a waste.
True.
Like you can get so smart when you just put the right information in all the time. Like just think about it. If you're constantly listening, even if it's talking about flipping coffees, if you're constantly listening to podcasts about coffees, constantly listening to music about coffee, constantly watching videos on coffee, all the time, 24/7, walking down the street, going to the gym, well, eventually you're going to have a lot of knowledge about coffee. Subconsciously, just constantly hearing it over and over and over. You can brainwash yourself, but you can do that with books, and you can do it on topics that you're interested in. So if you want to get good at sales, you can just listen to sales, and then you hear one thing from multiple different people, and that's when you're like, oh, it clicks.
That's what I did with dating back in the day.
Yeah,
dating, I used
exactly
to brainwash myself to dating. Like I was brainwashing myself with books, with audiobooks, with everything. Everything I could learn about dating, I would just brainwash myself. And then eventually, as you said, you become an expert. You start knowing all the details.
And audiobooks, let's say, you pay your Audible subscription £8 a month, and let's say each book's £8, €10, whatever. For €40 a month, you're constantly listening to information. That is fucking cheap, bro.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand the concept of the slight edge, of compounding those tiny little habits over time. Just reading 10 pages a day, or listening to 15 minutes of an audiobook while you shower. Over time, that's what I do, by the way. I put my phone I put Audible with my phone on my shower, because I have a shower stand where I put my shampoo and stuff. and I put my phone there so it doesn't get in the water.
Yeah.
And I put the audiobook instead of music while I shower. Every time I shower.
Yeah.
And I learned so many things while showering, man. And honestly, over time, I could read a whole book in a few days while showering.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and that's crazy. And
you've worked it in to get that edge.
Yeah, and I have a mentor, he has a rule, like, no music at his house. No music. I mean, it's a bit sad when you bring a girl sometimes, no music.
Yeah.
I don't know if he follows that rule when he brings someone in, but when he's alone, no music at his house.
But again,
only audiobooks.
this is the thing, bro. You turn into the type of guy where you're just like 80% of the time you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You can still enjoy that time you get a girl around. You can still put music on, or that time you want to have a bit of entertainment. You can still do that because the majority of the time you're doing the right thing. You're making the right decision. So listen, I would say I'm highly disciplined, but I'm not like, no music ever, no partying ever, no drinking ever. I'm not one of these guys. I'm like good 80% of the time, 20% of the time, do what I like.
I think it's a good balance, man. If you show up correctly 80% of the time, then you can afford to enjoy, 20%.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, bro, this information we've got access to now is greatest opportunity of all time. Greatest opportunity of all time. You got to imagine, even at one point, a book was the most valuable asset. Like, people didn't have access to a book, and now we've got access to everything 24/7, no cost, and people they choose to fucking listen to Central C and flipping watch movies all day long and play X, but it's just a complete waste of fucking time. Complete waste of time. And it's going to be interesting to see, because we've only just sort of seen the rise in online in the past 10 years, right? It's going to be interesting to see the people who've decided just to waste time on TikTok for 20, 30, 50 years, how they end up, because it's not going to be pretty. The mind's broken.
Yeah, people need to rewire the way they get dopamine. Instead of getting dopamine from scrolling, they need to get dopamine from learning new nuggets, new knowledge, or doing great things. You either get dopamine by engaging in productive actions, or you get dopamine by engaging in sloth or in like passive actions.
And look, it's a constant battle. I'm not going to say I never go on Instagram.
I also go on Reels, bro, and TikTok,
but everybody,
and YouTube.
Everybody does it. Even like the top business guys that you watch, you see them like the videos. They do all do it.
But even for research purposes or seeing what's out there to inspire yourself with business ideas, it's good to just see what other people are doing.
You've got to have the voice in your mind. Some people don't even have the voice in their mind. They're just like zombies, they're like this, and they don't even think about it. You need to be able to say to yourself at one point, enough now. There needs to be a line. You need to have that discipline to say, this is enough. And because if you can't get that voice of telling yourself this is enough, that's when you're a slave to your habits. Absolute slave to your habits.
It comes down to delayed gratification. Like, people, they're addicted to instant gratification, just getting things right now, like sacrificing their future for enjoyment right now.
Yeah.
And they gotta switch it, like.
But we're living in that world where everything is instant, like Uber Eats, food now.
Yeah.
Instagram Reels, entertainment now. Music, entertainment now. Films, entertainment. It is all instant gratification. Fucking porn, all these things. We're in an instant gratification world, and if you've not got things in place to put a barrier between that and you're gonna lose, man. You're gonna lose. Like, even me, bro. Like, look, I've got this app called Opal.
Yeah, I know Opal. It's a great.
Do you use Opal?
I use it sometimes, but sometimes I just disable it because every time I need to fucking wait till the seconds pass.
Yeah. So this is Opal.
Yeah.
You basically have. So I have a blocks. Reddit is complete waste of time. I was wasting time on it, so I've just blocked it completely.
Yeah.
I can never go on Reddit. Basically, from 2 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. I can go on my phone on social media.
You can't.
I can. And then from 8:45 p.m. to 2 p.m. I can't. So that means I'm not going on it on a night, and I'm not going on it first thing in the morning. Because then I'm not staying up too late, and I'm not starting my day bad. I mean, you've got to work out. You've got to think what works for you. For me personally, I will go on social media too much, so I just block that shit.
Yeah. I think the best move at some point is even to remove some of these apps, like delete them. So for example, last month I deleted Tinder. I used to spend a lot of time on Tinder, like swiping, finding Instagram, texting girls. I deleted it completely, and because it's deleted, now I can't go on it unless I reinstall it. So
you see, that's what I used to do. I used to delete everything, then reinstall it all the time. So
yeah,
you've got to find something that works for you. It's based on your personality, you know.
yeah.
For me, Opal's a good app. It works. It just blocks everything.
But some of these apps, even if it blocks it, if you really want to go on the app, you can unblock it and then you can go and.
I mean, Opal, if you put it on like a hard lock, it's. I don't think you can unlock it.
So you put it on a hard lock.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I put it on a hard lock, so you cannot unlock it.
Is that included in the free version? Or?
No. I paid. It's £90 a year.
Yeah. It's a good investment to save many hours.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. You're paying £90, but you're getting hundreds of hours back over a year.
Yeah, when you see it that way, for sure. Yeah.
This is one thing. This is why I was able to make a lot of money with my first business. Yeah, I got brought up in like a working class household, right? Everything was like save money. Don't buy this. Like scarcity mindset, yeah. But when I started focusing on value, not cost, like what value am I going to get? I started thinking about everything I'm spending. What's the return that I'm going to get?
Hormozy says that, you know.
Yeah. So
price is what you pay, value is what you get.
Exactly. So right now, like I never bought if I look at a £200 designer t-shirt, I would never buy that because there's no value there. It's a complete waste of time. Right? Now, some people who do waste money on designer clothes and all this type of shit. I'm not saying don't buy that, by the way, but just for an example, they might look at an app and think £90. There's no way I'll ever buy that. Why would I buy an app for £90? But it's like they're not thinking about it correctly.
Yeah.
You know, like if I'm getting hundreds of hours back and it costs £90, that is incredibly cheap. Incredibly cheap. So I look at every little bit of spending that I do as pure value versus cost. And if the value's there, I'll buy it, 100%.
Nice, yeah, that's the right mindset, man.
Like self-education, you know, any problems that I'm having, if I can find a coach, if I've got value off it, I don't care because I don't care what it costs if I get the value from it, always. And when I started thinking about that, that's when I were able to really start growing my business, you know.
And that's how I think that's how you and I got successful even in business, because we were like, okay, I can't just figure everything out by myself. I need to invest in people who have figured out what I want to figure out. And we just invested in, for example, in the mastermind or stuff like that. I think a lot of guys, they look at the price like, oh, 3K, are you crazy? It's a scam. This thing is
First
a scam.
First thing you say is scam.
It's a scam.
But these same guys, right? If you look at their habits over a year...
Yeah, they spend money in bottles, they spend like...
They're buying bullshit designer t-shirts, they're buying Starbucks every day. Bro, they spend $2,000 a year in Starbucks.
Yeah.
And they complain they've got no money for self-education, so it's like, it's whatever you value.
Bro, I've had prospects spend, you know, $200 in prostitutes per week. They get one prostitute a week, and they're not willing to invest like $1,000 or $2,000 in a dating program that could help them actually solve that.
But like people don't even look at like how much is this habit costing me per 6 months, per year. You know, people are just not willing to not willing to invest, and it's like for business purposes, for example, right? When I bought that mastermind, I was broke. Yeah, you know. Business went well before, but at that point, business wasn't going well. But when you have the least amount of money, that is when you need to invest the most in a program to learn how to make more money, right? That is when you need it the most. It's not about waiting until you get loads of abundant cash and then start investing. You need to start investing before you have the result that you're after.
Yeah, it's like investing also, even in the stock market or investing whatever. Invest with what you have now, you know, even if you have like $100, invest it instead of waiting till you have a bunch of money later on in the future. But this is so relevant when it comes to dating, to have so many guys, they waste so much money on endless dates with women that are not that qualified, etc. And they've wasted years doing the same thing on dates, failing, getting prostitutes, wasting their time, spending a ton of money on dates, but they're not solving the root cause and willing to invest in themselves to solve that problem, their communication problem, or their mindset around women. So yeah, this is a big one, man. Big one.
And it's like, really, people, people get hung up on $1,000, $2,000. It's like in the long-term scheme of things, it's not a lot of money, man. It's not a lot of money. Like if you spend $2,000 on something, $1,000 on something, self-education, it's like you're gonna make that money back.
Yeah, and
It's not gonna make a difference to your life, really.
Yeah. I always ask myself, like, what's the worst thing that could happen here, and what's the best thing that could happen here?
Yeah, that's a good way to. Look
If I invest those 3K in William Brown, for example, mastermind, okay?
Yeah.
The worst thing is, okay, I'm gonna lose 3K, whatever, but I'm not even losing them because I'm gonna be surrounded by potentially cool guys, etc., other prospects. I might have a guy that I meet that actually buys my program in the future, and that makes the money back,
Yeah,
or
exactly,
even just shooting a video that gets a lot of views and that gets me leads.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
you know, there's no downside when you invest.
It's like I can sort of understand like guys in the 9 to 5 how they can sort of not value stuff as much, but like when you've got your own business, there is unlimited upside to what you can earn. So like for me, you know, back when I was full-time in my own e-commerce business, like I was saying with the email marketing, right? The first time I started doing email marketing, I made 2K on the first month when my business was super small. So me not having that information was costing, it should have been, my email got up to 35% of revenue. It was costing me thousands of pounds every single month. I wasn't investing. Whereas if I'd spent the money up front, I'd have been earning that thousands of pounds every single month.
Yeah.
And over a year, it's a lot of money, bro.
True, yeah.
It's a lot of money, bro. But if you're scarcity into you don't want to invest, you're never going to get that information. So you have to invest.
Yeah, I have friends also who do e-commerce. They always tell me like, email marketing is like a lot of their revenue. Like probably 50% of their revenue is email marketing.
30 to 50%.
And SMS.
Yeah.
And I used to do e-commerce too, and I remember I used to have Klaviyo and Shopify, and a lot of those come with emails because there's a lot of people who have abandoned carts or stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, I remember, man. And so that's what you do now. You have the email stuff.
I mean, I have my own e-com brand that I'm moving into with. I haven't told you about this, by the way, but 2 of my friends have an e-commerce brand that I'm going to be a part owner of. But that's the thing is, these businesses are not get rich quick. The long-term businesses, right?
You can exit them at some point, you think?
Yeah, this is the thing about e-com. This is why it's one of the best business models, in my opinion, is because the sale value. You know, you can exit these businesses for a multiple. Like you can actually sell the business. If you build a personal brand around a coaching offer, it's great for cash flow, but you can't sell that business, right?
It's tough.
But e-commerce, you can sell the business, and sometimes for a 3 to 5x multiple.
Yeah. Unless you build a software attached to your personal brand, that's what a lot of these guys do.
Exactly. That's what a lot of these guys do. If you do that, it's a little bit different. But as far as having in a business that if you want to sell and exit, e-commerce is the best for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what I did. I sold my first business. It wasn't an insane amount of money, but it was good. You know.
Yeah.
It was a decent amount, and yeah, them businesses are just the best. But you know, I do. I've started doing email marketing because a couple of the e-com guys that I know asked me about email, and I'm helping them, like quite high-level e-com guys who are just not doing email properly. So that's when I sort of noticed, like, oh, I can add value here through a coaching offer. So I'm currently working on my friend's business. He does about $1 million a year in e-com, but he does mostly B2B, but his B2C's lacking a little bit. So yeah, just about getting his email up to scratch, and that's what I'm focusing on now. It's probably like the thing is with e-com as well, people don't even talk about email. You know, you go on YouTube, you watch all these e-com guys, they don't even talk about email. It's all like winning products and
Yeah, the shiny thing.
The shiny thing, but email's 30 to 50% of revenue.
Yeah.
That's the difference between, like in e-com as well, the margins are small, so if you have 30% less revenue, you're out of business.
Yeah, and now with the taxes and stuff, I know a lot of guys here in Europe, they got fucked when it comes to their margins here because they've raised the VAT tax or something in Europe, and they got fucked by that.
It's the hard businesses, bro. E-com's not an easy business, you know. It's tough.
It's tough, yeah.
It's tough, but when it works, it's very scalable.
Yeah.
And it's the only business where you can have, not the only business, but it's one of the only business models where you can make money tomorrow. You know, you run advertisements tonight, you can be making money tomorrow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. When that works, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Personally, I got to experience that at some point. I remember like waking up and you see sales, you see those Shopify notifications. It's beautiful, but I mean, it's hard to.
I've never made any money drop shipping. Not a massive amount of money. My business wasn't a drop shipping business.
It was reselling.
And even the new business now, it's custom product fashion, all custom made, like buying stock inventory up front.
Yeah.
All organic, like it's a little bit different, and it's harder to get into like that. It takes a lot more capital. You've got to buy the product, you've got to grow it organically. But because you're competing in a market where there's a lot less people, everybody's doing dropshipping, everyone's selling the same stuff. But if you're doing organic and custom products, you're not competing with that many people. So if you can do it like that, it's a lot better in my opinion. But it takes a lot more capital and a lot more work. But you know, you've got to put the work in to get it done.
So you think the best business model now is e-commerce better than personal branding and info product? Because info product, the margin is insane, bro. Like,
info product's the best.
Yeah.
As far as like a cash cow.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, just getting cash consistently.
But e-com is better for reselling.
But a real business and clout. This is another thing. Clout. You'll get more respect if you have an actual big physical business. You know. E-com's the best for that, but it's harder to do. But yeah, the saleability, the predictability, the scalability. You know, if you're building organic info products, you can earn a lot of money with a very small audience, a lot of money, and it's very high margins. And I'll tell you from experience, I've had months before where I've done 50 grand in a month, not with any profit, because advertisement, product cost, you've got to it's about getting it right. Because you can go drop 20 grand on ads next month. Doesn't mean you're going to make money. You've got to optimise it and make it right and change your cart abandonment and get product cost down. There's a lot of different moving things. You've got to get it to the right point to scale. And selling physical products, returns, fees, stolen parcels, advertising costs, hosting fees,
so many
transaction fees, packaging.
And I saw a lot of people, they get their Stripe account shut down, they get their PayPal shut down.
Facebook can shut you down.
Facebook ads,
You know, your Google account can get hacked. Bro, I was spending £500, £700 a day on Google, and my account got hacked. And that I lost hundreds of thousands of pounds from that. Just got hacked. Yeah. And Google don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
You could spend 10 grand a day, Google do not give a fuck about you. You can't speak to them. So it's hard. But you've got, I'm not saying this to put people off it. You've got to think like it's powerful. It's powerful in the way that it can destroy you, but it's also powerful in the way that it grows. So it's powerful both ways. It's about, you've got to think of e-com and online sales, if you're advertising, as a wild beast. If you don't tame the beast is going to get you. But if you tame the beast and it's powerful for you, you know, that's how you got to think about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, for me, I'm from a long line of market traders, greengrocers selling vegetables on the market stalls, and so like for me, commerce is sort of like, it just makes sense. And now I've got the opportunity to do e-commerce at a big scale. I'm just like, I have to master this.
Yeah.
I've got the opportunity. No one in my bloodline's ever had the opportunity that I've got. If I don't work every day at making money on the internet, bro, I feel like a failure. I feel shame. Have to do it. This is what I don't understand. A lot of people are just like, oh, you know, get a job. Like, get a job. I'm going to play Xbox on the night. Well, I look at those people and I think they're fucking selfish. Like, if you've ever watched your parents struggle or people around you have a bad time and you're not working with the opportunities that young guys have in this day and age, you are completely selfish. If you're playing Xbox every day, on social media every day, watching porn every day, you're completely selfish because you're sabotaging yourself. You're sabotaging the progress that would benefit your whole family, all because you're more interested in your pleasure in that moment.
True, man.
So, you know, people are like, oh, don't hate people for certain habits, but I look at someone like that who's out of control on social media all the time, junk food, I look at them as completely selfish, because you're making that selfish decision day after day, and it's affecting the quality of life that your family would have had. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about that.
Yeah.
Looks a bit dramatic when you think about that, but it's true.
It's dramatic, but
Yeah.
look, I'm working all the time, bro.
Yeah.
I'm working all the time, and if I don't, I feel like I'm being selfish.
Yeah, and there's nothing else to do. I mean, I live here. I work all the time too. There's nothing else to
Bro,
do,
life's
man.
fucking boring, bro. Like you can go
Yeah.
travel. You know, I get you can travel, and I do travel consistently,
Yeah.
but
But
life is boring.
everything is work. Even when I see like you coming here and having fun, yes, we're having fun, but we're also shooting content. We're also trying to find ways to make it
Yeah.
productive. So for me, there's no, even on vacation, you have to make it productive. Like we shoot photos,
But
content.
it's got to always be in your mind.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
always on, you know, it's always on. Money never sleeps, opportunities never sleep. You can always work, make content, make stuff, you know.
I think that's like where people need to start. They need to think like if you're wanting these things and you're not going for them, there's a reason why. And I don't, maybe self-confidence, I don't know, but I see a lot. I think a lot of people are selfish, man. A lot, because this is a big opportunity. You know, it's never been easier than it is today, and it's not easy to make money. It's not easy to make money. A lot of people make it sound easy because you can sell a coaching offer easier, right? But it's not easy to make money. But once you crack it, the growth is exponential. So it's difficult to get it moving, but once it's moving, it's not like 1k a month, 2k a month. It's like 1k a month, 5, 10, 20. You know, it can go fast.
It could go fast, yeah. Once you crack the code.
It just takes a lot of free work in the beginning. But that's the same with everything.
Yeah, it's flywheel effect, man. It's like snowball effect, snowballs over time.
But that snowball can never happen unless you get the habits straight.
Yeah.
And look, this is what I went through recently, bro. You know, I started when I first started my business when I was a teenager. I was very disciplined, hustling every single day, and it did snowball. And I did start making a lot of money. And I made £2 million in sales with that business. But you know, when it went wrong, and I felt like I lost everything in my life. Everything. My confidence got hit.
Yeah.
My habits went bad. I wasn't making money anymore. I was just struggling in every area of my life. Dating, every single area of my life I was struggling. And it took me a long time in that state to get back on because I had such low confidence. Everything I was trying. This is why when I talk about this, I know because I've been both the guys. I've been the successful guy who's training hard, very fit, you know, training consistently, getting up on time, planning my days, eating properly, sleeping properly, everything constantly being optimized. And yet I've been the guy who's had the bad habits, you know, can't get through the day without fucking caffeine and eating junk food and poor sleep and bad mental health and, you know, wasting time on social media. I've done both of these things. And the way I was able to get out of it when it all did go bad, I just focused on the only thing that you've got control over is what am I doing every single day. Just that day, what am I doing every single day? You know, because I was thinking about my problems and my problems were that big to where it was stopping me and I was in action. So I was like, oh, well, if I read this book today, that's not going to make a difference to this problem. But I started just focusing on every single day, day by day, and I started building up my discipline again. And now, you know, now I've got that. I'm back in that momentum again. Finally built the momentum again, and that's what anyone needs to do if they're in that situation. They need to just start implementing better habits, like the stuff we've been talking about, and just get the ball rolling again.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this so far. We're gonna be, you know, walking around the city, and we'll do more talks as we go. But yeah, now we're at the Swiss Hotel, but we're gonna visit the city a little bit. I'm gonna show him around, and yeah, so let's catch up later.